In today's video, we're going to look at the overall market once again. Today we sold off, so we're going to discuss what to expect for tomorrow. I'm also going to be sharing with y'all some stocks that might offer massive opportunity as well. Alright, y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures. And what I told y'all would happen came to pass. The NASDAQ dropped all the way down to 21,400. All right. We didn't get the retest of resistance like I feared it could. I told y'all that if it was to bounce, then this would be the limit that it would hit before falling over. But it didn't end up opening that high. And out the gates, it immediately just sold off. Right, so the sell-off is intensifying right now on the daily. The bears are taking control of the overall markets. Next level to watch out for is the drop all the way down to exactly 21,000 right here, maybe even 20,900. Somewhere over here is where I expect this selling pressure to cease. All right, now if we were to get there really fast, which I'm sure all of the bulls would actually love, like if you're bullish on the market, which most of you are, all right, these pullbacks that we're experiencing, they're temporary, like every other pullback that has occurred in the past. All right, so it's necessary for the market to drop so that we can make massive bounces and go for new highs. Eventually, we will see the NASDAQ at 23,000. Eventually, all right? But it's a setup before that happens. And now you gotta just patiently wait. It's gonna be a little painful. The bears are making money at the moment. Now it's their time to shine. So just look out for that, all right? Trade things day by day. Let's look at the VIX. And the VIX is still looking quite clean. The VIX is not looking bearish at all. Since the breakout on Friday, it dropped and retested 17.50 right here. All right, it retested the line before closing near the highs. On the daily chart, it looks still good. And y'all see the target that I have on there, right? Good behavior on this thing. We should see the VIX spike up to 28 bucks. Good behavior. I don't know how fast. All right, we've seen this thing really take off from like 15 to 28. It happened before in one day. It could happen again in one day, or it could take 2 days, right? Depending on the pace at which we sell up and how much bearish news market makers keep putting out. So, like I said before, watch the VIX. This is a great indicator of which way the market is going to go. And right now, the market seems bearish. So that's where we're going. Now, the stock for this video, the stock that is about to make a big move, let me go on the 1 minute. That stock is Google. And I want to share Google with y'all. I think I discussed this in the last video. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But with Google, earnings report happened. This thing dropped. All right. And with the drop, this is a 6% drop. This thing fades. The opportunity to make money is to the downside. All right, and Friday was the first day that the gap on the left started to get filled. On Friday, we finally broke below 182.79. Today, we started to dig a little deeper downwards. All right, this is looking good. That gap should get filled. I only see 2 gaps on Google. All right, the first one, which I believe should get filled this week, is obviously that one. Watch Google for a drop down to 175.50. Okay, there is another gap below down here at 150. This, I'm not sure if it's going to get filled anytime soon. All right, it really depends on how much we want to dump, but I'm not expecting the drastic drop like that. That's not what I'm trying to tell y'all in today's video. For today's video, again, look out for the opportunity tomorrow, especially if the NASDAQ continues to sell off. for the gap fill. All right. And if it opens lower, do not chase this thing short. If it opens lower and opens at like 175, then you should be looking for calls. And you should be looking at the overall market for a potential rebound. Okay. So that's my thoughts on Google. Now, let's do an update on the stock that I've mentioned yesterday, which was MMM. And MMM went nowhere, unfortunately. Like, it kind of chopped in the morning until like 9 or 10 a.m. And then it just stayed at 145 and went absolutely nowhere. This specific play will be nullified if, and only if, the price gets back up here. If the price gets back above 147, the play is dead. It's not gonna drop. All right. The volume on this one kind of terrible. Really, really low. Not a big fan of low volume, but there is a gap at the bottom which needs to get filled. It's just taking its sweet time and it's dragging its feet. It's annoying. I know. If you don't like it, then look at the other stocks in like tech stocks, for example. Like Google, for example. All right. Another stock to look forward to, which looks like this, that's rolling over like that, is Netflix. Let's check that one out. It's been a while since I've talked about Netflix on this channel. But Netflix, again, massively overbought. It had its moment, especially after earnings, and it started to roll over on Friday. Today, it opened up higher, did a little pump fake. Right up here, this is the pump fake. Before falling until like 10 a.m. All right, and then it had a retest of that 200 SMA and it got rejected. Closed quite weakly. This is bearish. The bears are on this thing. I have alerts on here. Will it get to 957? Will it get to 900? Maybe. I don't know how fast it's going to get there. All right, but if there is a huge dump on here, then I would expect a massive drop on the NASDAQ. And I would expect a huge spike on a VIX. All right, there is an opportunity on here, especially for bears. So just keep your eyes on these stocks. Keep your eyes on them. Look for intraday opportunities. Now, let's move over to the semiconductor sector. The one that we got to look at is AVGO, which is... It has a good reputation for being a strong stock, but so far it's been rolling over. Like, it had this massive earnings beat. First day green, second day green, we top at 251, and then that act as a strong level of resistance. So there are short sellers located not just on this day, but there are short sellers located here and here. All right. And then we have the gap fill at the top. So we're going to zoom into this section. We have the giant gap on the left, which got taken care of in the middle of February, right here. And now we got the dump. This is the drop. The gap on the left right here at 209 got filled today. Again, if we see more selling pressure, the next one to watch out for is the one way down here at 180. Like I said before, there is an opportunity for bears. You just gotta stay focused and pay attention to how the VIX is moving and how the NASDAQ is moving. All right. Now, the next one to look for is Tesla. And Tesla took care of those two gaps already like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, the two gaps right here and right here. It's at 330. And it kind of looks like it's not the cleanest. It's not the cleanest, but it kind of looks like a Head and Shoulders, where it's like right at the neckline. Very dangerous, right? Like, there are dip buyers trying to support the stock. If we break below that level, there will be panic. If we open below 330 on tomorrow, it's not gonna be good. Like, it's not gonna end well. So there will be some pain. Again, if we're open below this level, if we're open right here at 320, there will be pain. Okay, there's a gap right here on the left at 250. I'm not expecting that rapid of a drop, but just pay attention to it. And the more I retest this line, the more likely it is to break it. So let's say tomorrow we get a doji and Tesla ended up being the outlier. All right, being an outlier meaning like it's the only one in the market that actually has some kind of life or some kind of bounce. Another drop like this could really cause this thing to like another retest of the line will most likely break it. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's my thoughts on Tesla. That's my thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 8 p.m. Central Time. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul and Guma and Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.